Hello, this is Dan Perkins.
Uno, dos, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. You see that black boy over there running scared? His old man in the bottom. He done quit his 9 to 5. He drink full time, and now he's living in the bottom. See that black boy over there running scared? His old man got a problem, and it's a bad one. He ain't done pawned off damn near everything. His old woman away.
Welcome to the Reality Check with Charles Butler. Little reality this morning. You won't believe your lying eyes. You won't believe your lying ears. The NAACP is going to sue Donald Trump under, I think, they call it the Ku Klux Klan Act, but I think it's the 14th Amendment. And here you have this moron, president of NAACP, guy named Derek Johnson. You know, I don't have a lot of respect for the NAACP today. They don't do a lot of anything. They don't sue these corporations that don't hire black people. They don't get involved in employer-employee issues. Why is black unemployment so high? Why doesn't Facebook or Microsoft or Hewlett-Packard or any of these high-tech companies hire black people? They hire a bunch of Indians. You will tell me that Indians are smarter than black people? I don't think so. It's all about training. And when I hear these morons run around talking about education, you don't need a damn education. What you need is training. You don't learn a damn thing in a classroom. You learn it by getting out doing the job. When General Motors wanted electricians, millwrights, plumbers, they trained them. They didn't go to a apprentice school. They didn't sit in a classroom. No, they were hired and they were taught on the job. When you learn to fly a plane, they don't send you to, you don't sit in a classroom. You get your ass in the seat and you get up in the air and you learn to fly a plane. You don't dream about it. You don't write about it. You go out and do it. That's my point. I'm going to try to call Frank here in a minute, but we're going to get into this story. The NAACP. The lawsuit claims that the former president and his personal lawyer violated the Ku Klux Klan Act, conspiring with white supremacist groups to incite insurrection. How effing stupid can they be? You are a moron. You're a moron, Derek Johnson. You're a disgrace to the race is what you are. I'm going to get these commercials out of the way so that we can continue to roll. Just listen to the transition. We're going to get these commercials out the way. And when Frank comes on, we'll be rolling.
Hello, this is Dan Perkins from America's Cannabis Conversation, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can take responsibility for your own health. CV Science products that can help you empower yourself against the COVID-19 virus are CV Acute and CV Defense. The Acute product is taken at an early onset of feelings of discomfort and works over 3 days to assist your immune system to fight off the virus. The second product is CV Defense, which is taken daily, and it helps to optimize the power of your immune system to fight off this virus. Recently on my program, I had an interview with Dr. Michael Lewis, who's been in public health for decades. I asked him about personal responsibility, and he said,
"You are responsible for your own health. Don't count on the government to provide you with a magic pill or a magic shot for your health. That is your personal responsibility."
If you want to empower yourself and take control of your healthcare, go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info and take care of your healthcare. Hello, this is Dan Perkins, and I want to talk to you about CV Science's new product to give you a healthy immune system. The all-natural product is called CV Defense, and this supplement is designed to protect you against attack on your immune system. Take it every day. Keep your immune system and you healthy. Be proactive about protecting your immune system and protecting your body by using CV Defense. For more information, you can go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info.
Hey, we're back. And I have with me Mr. Frank Venucio. I've already done the introduction. You know who Frank is. And we're going to rock and roll. Frank, excuse my voice today. I don't have any honey, and I have pneumonia. So, so I'm hurting a little bit. But look, hey, Frank, have you heard that the NAACP is filing a lawsuit on Donald Trump and his personal attorney, saying that they incited a riot on June 6th with white supremacists? I mean, these people have lost their damn mind. What they should be filing lawsuits on is Microsoft, Twitter, Facebook, and all these other people who refuse to hire blacks in their companies. You know, these damn morons have gotten on my last nerve.
Well, this is part of an overall strategy. For example, folks who have been questioning the accuracy of Dominion voting machines or systematic software in the 2020 election have found themselves on the receiving end of lawsuits. Now, it is inevitable that the defendants who criticize Dominion or Systematics are going to win those lawsuits. They will be found not guilty of doing anything wrong. But as they say in law, you don't have to win a lawsuit or to lose a lawsuit to lose a lawsuit. You will spend a couple of $100,000 defending yourselves. Your life will be almost entirely taken up with the defense. And so you will be put out of business for a couple of years and impoverished. So as the left becomes increasingly distant from reality, as their charges and allegations become increasingly ridiculous, this is a resort that they are going to in order to stifle any potential opposition.
Well, look, this really gets me, man. It tickles me to death. I think it's fraudulent. I think it's what they need to do is to go out and do some real lawsuits about jobs, about real job discrimination, and talk about white supremacists. I am tired of these black cowards, and let me call you that. You're nothing but black cowards who cower behind the white supremacists. Pick up a gun and defend your black ass. God won't defend you. God will help you defend yourself with your dumb self. I get tired of you pathetic, fake ass, God-loving black people. I get tired of it. How was the West won? The West was won with guns and germs and bullets.
Well, God didn't make all men equal. Colonel Colt did, of course, Colt 45.
Yeah.
And we have to go back again to the Reconstruction era, when the very causes that are the centerpiece of leftism and progressivism today were on full display. When the slaves were freed and tried to put themselves on a decent financial footing and tried to exercise their newly found rights, who was it that fought against that? It was the Democratic Party, the Ku Klux Klan, by doing things like gun control so that blacks could not get guns to defend themselves.
Yeah, but
and you know, this is
well,
something that has
let me bring
marked
it
the
home.
Democratic Party ever since.
Well, let me bring this home. The Democratic machine here in Chicago didn't do a damn thing for black folks. Period. It has always been hostile. Dr. King said that Chicago had more racial hatred than any other city he'd ever been in, and that included Montgomery, Alabama. That included his marches in Montgomery and Birmingham and all these other places that were supposed to be so racially hostile. It was much more racially hostile in the North, and I found that to be true myself. So whether it's Chicago, New York, New Yorkers are New Yorkers. They're a little different breed, but a city like Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis. We used to say about going into Indiana. You go to Indiana on vacation, you come back on probation if you're black. We had, I remember my brothers and I were in Ohio, and we used to, it's something that we laugh about, but it's not funny. I got a ticket for doing 56 miles an hour. Speed limit was 55. I got a ticket for doing 56. People were flying past me. And the police and the state trooper pulled me over and said I was doing 56 miles an hour. And the only reason he cut me some slack and didn't give me a ticket was because I was on my way to my base. I showed him my orders. I was going to Pensacola, and I had to cut. I didn't want to. In those days, this is 1975. How do you come back and appear in court or I had to hire an attorney or something. I say, hey man, I'm an ensign in the United States Navy. I ain't making no money.
Well, and we're about to see another blow done to minority communities throughout the country as President Biden opens up the borders and allows tens of thousands of illegal immigrants to come into the United States. That's going to affect communities all across the country, and not just minority communities, but workers of just about every type. And this goes from people who have lower paying jobs in places like McDonald's to highly educated Americans who graduated with degrees in things like computer science, who are going to find challenges from overseas because foreign workers are accepting less than half the wages in some cases that American workers are.
Yep.
Well, you combine that with Biden's push for a $15 minimum wage, and you're going to find companies doing one of two things: either hiring illegals off the books or simply going to automation, which will eliminate the jobs altogether.
That's what McDonald's did. When you walk into McDonald's today, you can walk up to a kiosk and order a drink. You can order your whole meal. You can order everything. Just like at Costco, you can walk up to Costco. You can order your whole takeaway. Just walk up, put your debit card in, order what you want. Hey, look, Frank, let's segue. I want to segue to Adam Kisslinger. Adam Kisslinger said a couple of weeks ago, and I laughed my behind off. When he voted to impeach the president, he said, "I think I've destroyed my career." Now you have to understand, this guy is a 6-term congressman. He's no newbie. You know, he's been in Congress 12 years. And so there was an article today in the Hill, and it said that Kisslinger has emerged as one of the former president's most outspoken GOP distractors, and opened up about his being disavowed by members of his family. Members of his family have disavowed this dude, man.
You know, it's been a long time, Charles, since I graduated law school. But one of the things I do remember vaguely is that to be convicted of something, you have to have actually committed something wrong. And in the case of Donald Trump and January 6th, there is no language that Trump used that in any way could be interpreted as inflammatory. And in fact, if that's the case, then just about every politician who's ever given any speech whatsoever could at some point have been convicted of inflammatory language. And I guess we're supposed to ignore the things that went on during the 4 years of the Trump administration. You know, pictures of has-been half-witted actresses holding up the severed head of the president, a model of the severed head of the president, actresses and actors who said that they wanted to, I believe it was an actor no longer in the United States for damn good reasons, who said that he wished he could take the son of the president and lock him in a jail cell with a pedophile. So all these things that are really actionable were ignored, and yet the president giving quite bluntly was a fairly standard political speech, was brought before the Senate for impeachment, the result of a vote of the House of Representatives. I understand now that some Republicans who are beginning to understand how the game is played are beginning to look at things that Kamala Harris did when, for example, she bailed out rioters who were destroying American cities, and saying that under these actions, it's more easier to get a conviction against Kamala Harris, an impeachment against Kamala Harris, than it would have been on the fake charges that were levied against Donald Trump.
All I can say is they need to do it instead of talking about it. And Lindsey Graham was one who brought it up. But Lindsey Graham is a punk. He's a sissy, and he has no backbone. I don't know why they keep sending this man back to office. He has no backbone. He is a girly man at best. So look, Kissinger, his family sent him a letter, and it says, "Oh my God," it started out, "Oh my God, what a disappointment you are to us and to God." The writer also accused him of working with the devil's army, which includes Democrats and the fake news media. "We thought you were smart enough to see how the left is brainwashing many so-called good people, including yourself and many other GOP members. You have fallen for their socialism ideas. So sad. We're thoroughly disgusted." Ooh, hoo, hoo. They conclude by saying, "It is now most embarrassing to us that we are related to you. You have embarrassed the Kissinger family name." Can you imagine getting a letter like that from 11 family members?
It's going to be one interesting Thanksgiving dinner, isn't it?
I don't think he's going to be invited.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's one thing for perhaps a leftist Republican to criticize Donald Trump for his conservative policies, but it's something else entirely to say that the man was guilty of something that he clearly and evidently was not guilty of whatsoever. And the problem that you're constantly having with the Republican elected officials is that even when you agree with their policies, their cowardice and their inability to really bring those policies to fruition, and the way they back down from every fight, is frankly a national disgrace. Look, let's look at the opening years of the Trump administration, when the Republicans for 2 years had pretty much solid control of the government. They had the House, they had the Senate, and of course the White House. And yet they got almost none of their agenda through. Anything positive that was done in the Trump administration was pretty much done by Trump himself, without the help of his so-called allies in the House of Representatives or even in the Senate.
Well, Adam Kissinger can kiss his political career goodbye here in Illinois, and he can go join CNN or MSNBC and get paid, because he's toast here in Illinois. Everybody's looking at who they're going to primary him, who they're going to primary, who they're going to put in the primary against him. I mean, it's a concerted effort that it's a done deal. He is toast.
You know, you're bringing up a kind of important point when you talk about, he can go to CNN or MSNBC. You do have to wonder in our cancel culture whether, in fact, a lot of the Republicans who are taking these bizarre stands are actually looking to push for a career outside government by what they're doing. They knew they were wrong, and there's no way around it. They knew they were wrong in voting against Donald Trump, but perhaps they have their eyes on a personal gain someplace down the line.
Question is, Frank, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, unfortunately true. And of course, one of those questions that, you have to start asking more and more is, how does an upper middle class guy or gal get elected to Congress? They're there for 2 years, and they come out after those 2 years a multi-millionaire. That's a question we really need to start taking a much closer look at.
Well, it is. But again, I love this stuff. Between the NAACP filing this dumb lawsuit, between the Kissinger family coming out and castigating one of their own family members, and he's saying he doesn't care if they come back, however they come back. But let's talk about the Hunter Biden laptop. That's back in the news. So. And Hunter Biden is so stupid, he still hasn't given up his investment in one of the Chinese companies.
Yeah. Now, let's make a distinction. It's one thing if, let's say, an American company, American businessman makes widgets, and he sells those widgets to China for a fair price. But what happens in the case of a Hunter Biden is that he has delivered no real service and no real product, but gotten a heck of a lot of money from China. That obviously is nothing more than influence peddling. And when you are the son of the president of the United States or the soon-to-be president of the United States, that smacks of absolute corruption. It's unfortunate that the Durham report still hasn't been released. It would have changed the nature of the election if, in fact, there was a fair investigation. But it seems that the swamp has gotten to that investigation and stopped it. By the way, the guy at the Justice Department, his name escapes me at the moment, who Biden appointed to be the person in charge, or the overall person in charge of that department that's doing the investigation, was connected to Hunter Biden himself.
Wow. And he's not going to tell on himself.
That's exactly right.
He's not stupid. You might think he's stupid. He's not stupid. I love it. I love it. So, Frank, what do you have that you want to share with us that I haven't shared with us yet?
Well, of course, the big story where I am in New York is Governor Andrew Cuomo, who it has now become evident intentionally destroyed the lives of about 10 to 15,000 senior citizens just to prevent Donald Trump from getting credit for helping the state of New York. In the midst of the pandemic, President Trump sent the USS Comfort to New York, and he also sent Comfort to New York, and he and of course he provided the National Guard to help out with the Javits Convention Center, which was turned into a facility for COVID patients.
And now, how many beds did they use out of the 1,000 beds that were there? They used like 3.
Thereabouts. That's exactly right. And the problem was that to utilize those beds would have been to be able to say that, well, Donald Trump did a lot for the state of New York in fighting the COVID crisis. That was something that was not in Governor Cuomo's playbook. And so he put them into nursing homes instead, where they resulted in the deaths of thousands of senior citizens. This investigation should not only be on a bad policy, but on the reasoning behind that policy, which is pretty severe.
Well, people are pissed. People are mad. They don't have a recall. You guys don't have a recall mechanism like California.
No, we do not. No.
But they are trying to ask for him to resign, to step down.
That's right. But watch as this goes forward, because this is being, well, it's appropriate, and Cuomo should be forced out of office one way or the other. It's also going to be used as a dodge by the major media, why they're not giving a lot of coverage to the wrongdoings that Democrats are doing in Congress. So they're going to criticize this one governor appropriately enough, but they're going to mute all their criticism of Nancy Pelosi and others, Adam Schiff and the whole bunch there, by saying, well, look, we're bipartisan. We're criticizing this one governor. And yes, they are, but they're doing it as a smokescreen for not covering the corruption of the Democrat leadership of Congress.
Well, you know, when I saw for examples, let's talk about Democratic leadership of Congress. When I saw these impeachment managers come on person after person, tell the same lie over and over and over again. And then you had the Trump team play the clip that the impeachment managers showed. And then they played the whole clip in context, whether it was Charlottesville, and you know, we've been talking about the Charlottesville clip since it happened. But those are the things that we do and that I do here on the Reality Check. Trump has taken his lawyers took a page book out of what Charles Butler does every day, and that's to play everything in the whole context. So when they played these things in context, it made the impeachment managers look as though they were being deceitful, they were lying,
which they were,
and the information that they presented was not factual. I don't think that the impeachment held any bearing because it was conducted without an impartial judge, the chief of the Supreme Court. Senator Leahy.
Yeah, of course, the chief of the Supreme Court would not preside over this because it was not an appropriate impeachment.
So you had Senator Leahy. I mean, it was just a farce. But again, you know, Nancy Pelosi is so egregious. I will never forget in 2009 or 2010 when they were trying to pass Obamacare. And she looked into the camera and she said, we know what's best for you. We know what's better for you than you do. So just let us do what we do. I mean, who is this woman? That's Democrats. I don't like Democrats, period. And, Frank, I know that in looking for another spouse, I will never marry a woman who's not a conservative. I'm serious.
Well, you know, if you go, let's go back to that impeachment for just a second.
Okay.
If an attorney in a court of law attempted to do or did what the Democrat case managers did in the United States Senate, they would not only be censured and perhaps held for contempt of court, they would be, and reasonably so, disbarred. They intentionally lied. They presented false testimony. When you present a comment or a phrase like they did in terms of what the president said, and you omit part of that comment so that it looks like something entirely that it is not, you are in essence lying to the court. And that is a real violation of any kind of ethics. That's what the Democrats did. And I think that's the gist of what they proceed in any of the congressional hearings on Donald Trump.
Well, that's why the president was acquitted. And I love what he said. He said, we're one nation under one God. And he said, something like we've only just begun. But he said something, Frank, that was similar to what I say all the time. And I'll get to it in a minute, but because I had sent it to a friend of mine, and I told him, I said, what Donald Trump said is what I say to my listeners all the time. I can't. I do this all the time. Let's see. I just had something here. So, Frank, did I tell you I caught pneumonia?
You did, and that sounds horrible.
Man, it's rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is very, very.
Have you been tested for COVID?
Yeah, I tested negative.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. I was saying that I was reading Trump's acquittal, and did you read his acquittal statement? Did you get a chance to read it by any chance?
I did when it first came out. Yeah.
And towards the end, he was very clear, and I just appreciated the fact that he never ceases to surprise me. I just wish that he had done some of this and taken this attitude earlier in the campaign, and we probably wouldn't have be at the point that we are today. If he toned it back a bit.
Remember, the man was not a politician. And the problem with that is that when he got to Washington, he was not part of the club. He was not part of the network, not part of the old boys organization. And so he really needed to get that type of experience behind him, which is why the left went so crazy, I think, about the prospects of a second Trump administration. If the man accomplished so much as basically an outsider, imagine what he would have done in the second term when he began to understand the ropes, understand where the bodies are buried, so to speak, understand how Washington actually works. I think there was absolute terror on the part of the left at what a second Trump administration could do to straighten out Washington and make it actually work for the people and not for the politicians.
Well, that's why they would try. Remember, this second impeachment was about one thing and one thing only: Donald Trump not being in office again. Remember?
Exactly right.
Donald Trump not being in office again. That's what everything was about. So
yeah, indeed.
So when we look at this, when we try to evaluate it, it's hard because these people only had one thing in mind, and that was making sure that Donald Trump could not run for office again.
Exactly right. Hey, I have to run. I look forward to our conversation next week.
Okay, man. Appreciate you. Be good.
Take care. Okay. And feel better soon.
Thank you. Okay. Bye, Frank. Hey, folks, we're going to take a short break ourselves, and we're going to be right back. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Donald Trump and his acquittal statement, and then we'll talk about the acquittal statement, and then we're going to segue back to this NAACP thing, because I'm not finished with that.
Hello, this is Dan Perkins from America's Cannabis Conversation, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can take responsibility for your own health. CV Science products that can help you empower yourself against the COVID-19 virus are CV Acute and CV Defense. The Acute product is taken at an early onset of feelings of discomfort and works over 3 days to assist your immune system to fight off the virus. The second product is CV Defense, which is taken daily, and it helps to optimize the power of your immune system to fight off this virus. Recently on my program, I had an interview with Dr. Michael Lewis, who's been in public health for decades. I asked him about personal responsibility, and he said,
You are responsible for your own health. Don't count on the government to provide you with a magic pill or a magic shot for your health. That is your personal responsibility.
if you want to empower yourself and take control of your healthcare, go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info and take care of your healthcare.
Hi, this is Charles Butler, the host of the radio show, The Reality Check with Charles Butler. At Asset Benefits, we provide our clients with the rates and benefits from over 20 top-rated life insurance companies. We make you informed decision makers about final expense, mortgage protection, and securing your family's financial stability with the loss of a loved one. Hey, don't wait. Pick up the phone and call 312-667-9111 for your free quote and evaluation. So don't leave your family in a financial crisis because of a failure to plan for financial needs. Please call us for a free analysis and quote at 312-667-9111. Thank you.
Hello, this is Dan Perkins, and I want to talk to you about CV Science's new product to give you a healthy immune system. The all-natural product is called CV Defense, and this supplement is designed to protect you against attack on your immune system. Take it every day. Keep your immune system and you healthy. Be proactive about protecting your immune system and protecting your body by using CV Defense. For more information, you can go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info.
Sorry about that. We are working it up over here at Red State Talk Radio. You know, when President Trump gave his acquittal statement, he's very clear about a couple of things that, and I want to share them with you. Toward the end of the statement, he said, "Together, there's nothing we can't accomplish." He said, "We remain one people, one family, one glorious nation under God, and it's our responsibility to preserve this magnificent inheritance for our children and for generations of Americans to come. May God bless all of you, and may God forever bless the United States of America." I love that about Donald Trump. That inspires me. Now, Charles Butler has a saying, and I always say a couple of things. I say that, and I've been using this motto for, I don't know, 10 years or more. Came up with it. One day I was on the radio and it hit me about why America's great. And I said, one law, the Constitution, one language, English, one currency, the dollar, one religion, Judeo-Christian, and one people, American. That's it. That's what makes America great. All the other stuff, the multiculturalism BS, no. What makes us great is being American and living the way we do. That's a fact. So, dun, dun, dun. What I want to do right now is to, what I want to do right now is to go back to this NAACP lawsuit. Now, this is the guy bringing forth the lawsuit. He's the president of NAACP. A moron. I mean, where do they find these people? I mean, I guess he thinks he's an attorney. I guess he thinks he's the new coming of Martin Luther King or something. But Derek Johnson is a moron if he thinks that he's going to sue the president on behalf of black people. I wouldn't give the NAACP another quarter. Okay? Somebody said, here's Nancy. Let me see here. Nancy's new We Feed Them. We Feed Them. We talking about We Feed Them. I remember that. That was a little later, another issue. But on the heels of the Senate acquittal, Bernie, the NAACP, Bernie Thompson, and civil rights law firm Cohen, Milstein, Sellers, and Toll filed a lawsuit against the former president and Rudy Giuliani and two white supremacist groups. It's not going anywhere. It claims it did so in the violation of the Ku Klux Klan Act, a Reconstruction era statute designed to both protect formerly enslaved Americans and lawmakers in Congress from white supremacist violence. When I say stupid, when I call black people stupid, you see exactly what I mean. Stupid. Black folks need jobs, Derek. How come you're not suing Microsoft? How come you're not suing Facebook? How come you're not suing Twitter for not hiring black folks? That's what you need to be doing. How come you're not suing these cities for not protecting black citizens? What about that, Derek, where we had 700-800 black folks killed here in Chicago by the black folks? No, that's too sensible. That's too real. You'd rather play games with your BS about suing the president of the United States over something that didn't happen, over something that he doesn't support. Oh, he's a white supremacist. Based on what? I hear these black folks running around talking about Donald Trump's a racist. Based on what? Give me an example. Just one. I'm not, what? Crazy. I'm not a zealot, but just, tell me what I missed about this man, Donald Trump. So NAACP, somebody's talking about NAACP. What are you guys saying out there? NAACP used to be a real organization. Now they're nothing but a bunch of race baiters. No question. Race baiters, race haters, and hating on themselves. It cites Trump's remarks Save America rally as evidence he mobilized directed insurrections to storm the Capitol. I wish I could do one of those eye rolls like Michelle Obama. How did Michelle do it? Oh, God. After his supporters, excuse me, entered the halls of Congress, the lawsuit alleges Giuliani called lawmakers individually, asking them to try to slow down the electoral college vote count. The party's decision to file litigation after the impeachment trial is in large part a response to the Senate's acquittal of the former president on February 13th. So far, no other civil rights group have pursued litigation against Trump for his role in the riots. Filing suit now, Thompson and NAACP argue will help prevent a second insurrection. Shut up. You're so stupid. NAACP president said, Derek Johnson said this: if we don't put a check on the spread of domestic terrorism, it will consume the nation and transform it into something none of us recognize. Well, what about the riots this summer, you moron? What about burning down black neighborhoods, you moron? What about that transformation? We must, Derek says, we must as a nation prevent the spread of this type of boldness where insurrectionists will go after our capital and seek an act of treason. Shut up, your dumb self. Just dumb. If you want an example of a dumb black person, Derek Johnson, they need to put his picture up. Dumb black man. Over the past several months, the NAACP has placed voter protection and prevention of domestic terrorism at the center of its work. Shut up. I wouldn't give those Negroes a quarter. I'm telling you. I tell you, pathetic. Pathetic. That, and the thing that gets me is these people want to live in the past. We're in 2020. We've gone to the moon. We've gone to Mars. And these people want to act like we're still in 1955. Oh, and Dr. King said, Dr. King's been dead, 68, 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018. Dr. King been dead over 50 years. Hello. Man, I can't, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Anyway, talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, somebody's out there. Pete. What did Pete say? I know Pete had something to say. Let's see. Pete says he simply got more black people working than any other president. Yeah, Trump did put more black people to work than any other president and focused on those issues and made it clear. And he also helped black business. People don't talk about that. Barack Obama took business away from black companies, and so did Bill Clinton. Okay, and Barack Obama. They took business away from black companies. Anyway, sorry that I'm feeling so bad, folks, but it's all part of the game. I feel worse today than I did yesterday. You know, that's not good, huh? But I got 10 days to kind of recoup here, supposedly. We'll see. I'm gonna stop talking about this NAACP thing because it's just gonna make me mad. It's just gonna make me mad, and I don't want to get mad. So let me play a little clip for you of something I took down, and we'll listen to this. Here we go. Let's see here. Where is it? Okay.
I mean, the challenge, Mike, is that, what I explained to the mayors. There was no stockpile, right? It's in many ways.
No stockpile.
Now, this is Kamala Harris criticizing, countering Fauci. Fauci said that the rollout was solid. The rollout is like we planned, and I'm going to play Fauci in a minute. But this is Kamala Harris, and this is the lie she's telling on President Trump. Listen.
Of vaccines, right? So we're looking at this. There was no national strategy or plan for vaccinations. We were leaving it to the states and local leaders to.
But that's what the local leaders and the states said when Trump said, well, how do you want us to roll it out? They said the states and the local leaders will know best how to get the vaccine to the people. I'm just saying.
Trying to figure it out. And so in many ways, we're starting from scratch on something that's been raging for almost an entire year. And that's,
And so are you having to adjust your sights now of what's possible given that?
And to challenge that everything is possible, we've got to figure out a way. That has to be our standard. Our standard has to be everything is possible, but we're going to have to work like heck to get it done, which means, again, no patience for delay, no patience for no patience for it can't be done. That's how I feel about it. And maybe that's why everybody was laughing, because sometimes I express that kind of emotion in meetings.
In essence, I'm a bitch. That's okay, Kamala. Whatever it takes, baby, to get the job done. I think I like Kamala Harris. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. I like Kamala. Do I like her politics? Hell no. But I like her. I like her personality. I like her. I like the way she challenged my people that come before her committee in the Senate. No. But, hey, you can't like everything about everybody, right? Hey, look, we're going to take a little break, but when we come back, Fauci's going to counter this. And I want you to understand and listen to what Dr. Fauci has to say about Kamala Harris and Kamala Harris's take on what's going on with the COVID vaccine distribution. Okay. Hi, this is Charles Butler, the host of the radio show, The Reality Check with Charles Butler. At Asset Benefits, we provide our clients with the rates and benefits from over 20 top-rated life insurance companies. We make you informed decision makers about final expense, mortgage protection, and securing your family's financial stability with the loss of a loved one. Hey, don't wait. Pick up the phone and call 312-667-9111 for your free quote and evaluation. So don't leave your family in a financial crisis because of a failure to plan for financial needs. Please call us for a free analysis and quote at 312-667-9111. Thank you.
Hello, this is Dan Perkins, and I want to talk to you about CV Science's new product to give you a healthy immune system. The all-natural product is called CV Defense, and this supplement is designed to protect you against attack on your immune system. Take it every day. Keep your immune system and you healthy. Be proactive about protecting your immune system and protecting your body by using CV Defense. For more information, you can go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info. Hello, this is Dan Perkins from America's Cannabis Conversation, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can take responsibility for your own health. CV Science products that can help you empower yourself against the COVID-19 virus are CV Acute and CV Defense. The Acute product is taken at an early onset of feelings of discomfort and works over 3 days to assist your immune system to fight off the virus. The second product is CV Defense, which is taken daily, and it helps to optimize the power of your immune system to fight off this virus. Recently on my program, I had an interview with Dr. Michael Lewis, who's been in public health for decades. I asked him about personal responsibility, and he said,
You are responsible for your own health. Don't count on the government to provide you with a magic pill or a magic shot for your health. That is your personal responsibility.
if you want to empower yourself and take control of your health care, go to empoweryourself.info. That's empoweryourself.info and take care of your health care.
We're just rolling right along, little miles. Oh yeah, we just roll right along. So look, Fauci comes in. Blip. Fauci comes in and Fauci says, well, when they ask him about rolling out the vaccination, how's it going? He said this.
I wonder if you agree with that the vaccination plan come January 20th of this year, you were starting from the beginning there, or there was something in place that just needed improvements.
What I think the vice president is referring to is that the actual plan of getting the vaccine doses into people's arms was really rather vague. I mean, it was not a well-coordinated plan. Getting the vaccines made, getting them shipped through Operation Warp Speed was okay. But I believe what the vice president is referring to is what is the process?
Oh, wow. Operation Warp Speed was okay. You put it together, dude. You signed off on it. You thought it was great when Trump did it. You said that no other president could have done Warp Speed except for Donald Trump. He's a business guy. You guys would have been sitting back going, oh my God, we really can't get that done because we have to go to the FDA and then we have to go to CDC. Just like those green jobs. They won't be around and never will materialize, not even in 4 years, because there is no green structure. There's no green infrastructure design or anything else.
Of actually getting these doses into people. That's something that we had to get much better organized now with getting the community vaccine centers, getting the pharmacies involved, getting mobile units involved. So that's what I believe she was referring to.
Okay. Do we have a plan now, in your view, a workable plan to get a significant enough plan to get vaccinations into people's arms?
Yes, absolutely, Jim. The critical issue is that the demand far outweighs the supply. That's the issue. As these vaccines start coming in greater quantities, as we get into March and as we get into April, with both Moderna and Pfizer increasing the amounts of doses they'll give us, in addition to J&J, I'm a little disappointed that the number of doses that we're going to get early on from J&J are relatively small, but as we get...
That's because J&J want to limit their exposure, even if they can't be sued under the law on this whole, fast tracking thing. They're like, we're still going to be a little cautious about distributing this vaccine because we don't know how people will react to it. We haven't really tested for it. Smart guys.
Further into the spring, there'll be more and more. That's what we need, Jim. We need more doses. We have a good plan how to get those doses into people's arms. We just need more vaccine.
Yeah. But Kamala Harris said, well, we're starting from scratch. Oh my God, our administration came in and it has to start from scratch. She knew she was lying, but that's what Democrats do. They lie. They never take the lie back after they're refuted. And Kamala is very clear. She said there was no national strategy or plans for vaccinations. We were leaving it to the states and local leaders to try to figure it out. That's exactly what they wanted to do. They said, Washington, don't tell us how to distribute the vaccine. We will figure it out. But she tries to lie and put it back on the Trump people's back. And the Trump people are just complying with what they were asked to do. Have the vaccine sent to us and get the hell out the way. That's what the cities and states said. So Harris constantly says she constantly asks the White House coronavirus team whether there is capacity to do more. The suffering, she said, is so immense in terms of both private health crises, the number of people who have died, and the number of people who've contracted it, and the economic crisis. These people are so out of touch. It's hard to believe that she's a heartbeat away from being president. But then the guy that you have as president, I don't know if his heart's beating at all, or if he has an artificial heart, because this guy, you ever see him talk? You see him on the teleprompter? The guy is bad. He is hurting. He can't read the teleprompter. He's like, Joe Biden has lost it. By the time he gets 80, they're going to use the 25th Amendment. If not, if they won't use the 25th Amendment, which I doubt if they do, I think Joe's just going to retire. And he said he would. He said he would resign if he felt incapable of carrying on. Then you have your first woman president. But she won't run re-election unless they try to steal it again. And they probably will, but it won't work. For the past year, Biden said, for the past year, we couldn't rely on the federal government to act urgency and focus with the focus we needed. And we've seen tragic costs of 300,000 to 400,000 deaths a day. Yeah, still going on. While the vaccine provides so much hope, the rollout has been a dismal failure. That's a lie. Biden's comments, and that's according to Fauci, that's a lie. Biden asked about Biden's comments at a White House briefing. Fauci said the team is going to quicken the pace from what it was before. Coming in with fresh ideas, but also some ideas were not bad ideas with the previous administration. You can't say it was absolutely not usable at all. So we're continuing, but we're going to see a ramping up of it, said Fauci. Yeah, but the states and the local government was very clear. Get out of the way. Give us the vaccination. We'll distribute it. We'll do it ourselves. By the way, I'm scheduled for vaccination myself, and I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to stick to the herbal method, the CV defense and the CV prevent that you can find over at empoweryourself.info. Empoweryourself.info. That's the way to go, as far as I'm concerned. So we covered a lot of things today. We did the NAACP suing Donald Trump under the Ku Klux Klan Act of the Reconstruction. We also did Kamala Harris lying about how the Trump rollout of the vaccine is a failure. She's lying. We got to start from scratch. She's lying. And Fauci called her out on it. And then Adam Kinzinger. Adam Kinzinger, his relatives came out and just said, you embarrassed us. You're an embarrassment to the family, dude. Go away. Go hide under a rock. Man, that's bad. I'm sorry, that's bad. But look, we'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, right here with you. Thanks for tuning in. And tell your friends and family about the show. Okay. Okay, I saw some of the, we were off Red State, but I saw some of the comments after. So let me go back and correct a couple of things, guys, so that you're not left hanging. No, I don't have COVID. I tested negative. I do have a cough or cold from this pneumonia. Someone used the B word, and they were talking in reference to Camilla, and I get that. I get that. That's in context. And Willie Brown liked her good. Yeah, Willie. Yeah, that was Willie's girlfriend for sure. She was a looker then. She's a looker now. Like Camilla, she's a character. But hey, I'm gonna sign off because we have a taping that we're gonna do for a TV show. So I gotta go. Be good. Thank you. Take care.